Clark is back, and the first obstacle in her way, a familiar foe she knows all too well.
And the shot clock. There's a lot of bumping and chippiness at half court between Ryan Howard and Caitlin Clark.
But this time, she was ready to bring the heat back to them.
It's usually loud, but it's really loud tonight.
Clark, the hesitation, draws the foul, lays it in, and one, Caitlin Clark.
And tonight, she set the tone early, getting everyone involved right out of the gate.
Against the Golden State Valkyries, here's Caitlin Clark on the drive, sets up Boston, and she's got Indiana on the board.
But getting herself going from three wasn't happening early, so she made sure to get a bucket within the first few minutes.
Finds it in the form of Clark, and her bank shot stays down.
But this came with a risk, because as we've seen in so many games before, that targeted physicality against her was far from over. And same story here, getting hammered at the rim. And even without the ball, they were still chasing her.
The ball more. Let her Hunter shot of it. Clark was fouled by Caldwell.
She had to literally brawl for every bucket under the rim, but with the crowd behind her, she didn't shy away from the contact one bit.
Maybe another player that should have been given a really good look. Clark, hesitation, gets to the rim and lays it in.
And when things got too crowded under the rim, she let her IQ take over, finding the better option.
What a first quarter for Jordan Canada, who's got 10 points. As Clark bounces for Howard.
But then the contact ramped up, and as usual, the refs weren't on her side.
Off. Shot clock down to 4. Clark get it off in time. She will not. It's a shot clock violation.
However, sometimes the fouls were just too obvious to ignore.
Just playoff contender, but perhaps a championship contender.
That opened the door for Caitlin to get creative again, looking for her teammates to step up.
She was hoping that those would be reduced here today as she makes that return from injury. Clark bounce pass, Boston too strong.
And luckily, this time they delivered.
Shots. Clark, Dantas connects.
Caitlin was looking every bit the floor general out there, while her teammates stepped up and knocked down their shots.
Clark feed inside, Mitchell with the reverse. 21 points. Boston, she'll answer with a triple.
But not every dime ended in a bucket, as Ryan Howard wasn't having it.
Ahead, here is Flash, Natasha Howard, but Howard, Ryan comes up with the block.
The reason the Fever couldn't build a big lead was because of her. However, even without Caitlin in full rhythm, she gave us a glimpse of that deadly three.
All pulls it down, 3 blue jerseys are back. All into the teeth of the defense, Clark fading and hitting.
You could see how relieved she was after that one. Her first 3 of the night, but unfortunately also her last.
Clark fire away and miss on a 3.
But it wasn't the last foul from the Dream, who kept playing with their hands. Yet the Fever managed to fight through and hold their ground, but not without taking a bump on the head.
Mitchell, beautiful work on the baseline, lays it in. Is there a foul in there as well? It is so loud in this building.
However, she didn't lose focus, even getting a little showy with it too.
That drag action that is really successful for Indiana.
Boston backs her way in, draws the foul, it's on the floor.
All the fouls were clearly frustrating Caitlin. Every possession she had to literally brace for impact, throwing her off her rhythm as she tried to adjust after some time away. But to her credit, she stayed persistent and kept fighting.
Clark muscles her way inside, shot clock down to 5, flips it up, gets it to go, and a foul.
And with that persistence, she took control, putting the Fever ahead. And heading into the fourth, she carried that same energy.
But it's really loud tonight.
Clark, the hesitation, draws the foul, lays it in, and one, Caitlin Clark.
But the Dream weren't ready to give up either, banking on their fouls being let off, and at times, they actually were.
Hounding Caitlin Clark.
Clark gets inside, Boston.
And with Griner on the floor, Caitlin had to be extra careful, so she went back to what she does best, dropping dimes.
She will be first before it's all said and done. Atlanta loses Cunningham.
With a 9-point lead, Caitlin was reading the floor like a newspaper.
Now here is Clark. Eyes ahead. Lob inside. Finds Boston right on the money.
And the crowd was loving every second of it, so she rewarded them with yet another pinpoint dime.
Indiana has doubled and or dug inside and got a turnover.
Clark fire ahead. Dantas 1-on-1. Makes it home. And a foul.
The Dream were were truly lost, fouling out players left and right, giving Caitlin even more chances to feed Boston in the paint and extend the lead.
Indiana has 10 of them tonight, and Boston cashes in.
With a healthy 15-point lead and just a few minutes left, this game was over. The Dream closed it out with 20 fouls, while Caitlin quietly found her rhythm, racking up 9 assists despite hitting just 1 3. It's only a matter of time before she's taking over the league again.
It's fucking unbelievable, man.